So last week, as you may have realized, recognized, remembered, I didn't do any foreign picks.
Oh no!
And I wanted to make up.
So sad.
I wanted to make up for that this week. I have 3.
Oh, that's not bad.
3
You
foreign.
want to talk about them extensively, or just like kind of?
Just generally, just so you guys know, just enough to want to check them out yourself. The first of those is The Trial of Joan of Arc. Now, there is a silent film by Theodore Dreyer that is on HBO Max that is essentially the same movie, just without sound. And that movie is, just being purely honest, slightly better than this. Very much thanks to the lead performance of the woman playing Joan of Arc in that movie. So, for a silent movie, it's probably one of the best that I've ever seen. The Trial of Joan of Arc has the kind of advantage of having sound. So it's not going to be... I think it's definitely more accessible for fans. I mean, it's foreign, so you're still going to be reading stuff, but you're going to have a better idea. A lot of the actual dialogue comes straight from the... What do you call it when they type down what you say during a trial? The transcripts, I guess.
Yeah.
They have like direct.
Yeah, the transcripts of her trial?
I don't know.
A long time ago, man.
Yeah. It was 1431.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago.
Not like yesterday, man. It's been,
But it's a very compelling story, and you asked Dad, you were like, "How does it show any of the war?" And I said, both movies are just about the trial and the burning at the stake, and yet it's very compelling. Kind of in, like, imagine 12 Angry Men.
But 600 years earlier?
It's not that snappy, the pace of it.
Right.
It is shorter.
What did they
but
have to
someone
do
gets
a
burned
trial for? She was an enemy combatant. I mean, I'm
yes,
surprised she'd have a trial.
But there was supporters of her, and I think it was because of how religious she was. But it was weird because it was like an inquisition. It was like done by the church.
They accused her of heresy, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, I mean, because she said she heard the voice of God. I mean, in those times, you didn't get away with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Occasionally you did, but...
well, because, like, witch burning was a big deal in Europe before it was prevalent in Salem. Were you aware of that?
Yeah. Everybody is. I didn't invent it.
Comment down... Hey, I know I'm not the only...
No, I think you
everyone learns that at some point. You just knew that?
I learned it 50 years ago.
I mean, it's a weird...
Did you ever hear of the Spanish Inquisition?
I didn't know they burned them as witches, though. I thought they just imprisoned and, I guess, killed people who were not Catholic. I didn't know it was just... I didn't know they thought they were witches.
Well, I mean, I knew it didn't start in Salem. I mean, I knew it was from Europe.
Yeah. Well, it's something I want to learn more about. But and they didn't really call her a witch. They were just like...
A heretic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, burning at the stake is fucking hardcore, dude.
That's one of the worst ways to go.
Yeah, if you gave me... What, would you do the brazen bowl? Which apparently that wasn't actually used. I think they are starting to think they never used... Or it's either that or the Iron Maiden. I think the bowl they actually did use.
I thought they used the bowl.
The Iron Maiden was never really used.
Really?
Apparently.
No, I didn't know that. But
like, would I rather be crucified, impaled, or burned at the stake? Well, let's say you.
What would be your favorite way to die? Fuck. Oh my God. I don't know. None of them are pleasant. Can I just die in my sleep? How about that?
Honestly, Fire's looking pretty good.
Faster.
Way faster.
Impaling is not. Crucifixion
is not. You're like you either die of dehydration, asphyxiation, or infection on a crucifixion. Were you aware of that?
Dehydration is not fun.
I can't imagine. Yeah, I mean the fire would fucking suck, but might be better than those ways. But yeah, so super fucking cool. And to just see, I mean, she gets routed, dog. She gets railroaded. I have never read nor seen To Kill a Mockingbird. I'd assume it's like that, though. This movie.
When you mean routed, like a bad trout, you mean? Or
yeah, she got screwed.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, come on. She's accused of heresy. I mean, how do you prove that? You know?
Exactly.
Or how do you defend it?
By the burden of proof not being on you.
Well,
they're like, you have to say you take this all back and that you were wrong. And she does, and then the next day she's like, I take that back. And like, you swore you weren't going to do that. And she's like, It's like, God said you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, God was not.
And you know what? I commend. Well, and also they gave her a raw fucking deal. They're like, and I honestly, I don't. Well, here's the thing: do Catholics believe in Joan of Arc as a saint and a martyr?
Yeah,
they do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
so she's called Saint Joan of Arc. You name Catholic schools after her.
I didn't know. I
went to, or I didn't go. I've been in it. That it's closed down, but
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Saint Joan of Arc.
Yeah, well, that it does make sense. I guess. So, well, they were like, she does that. She is like, I take it back. They didn't speak to me. I lied. And they're like,
I was confused.
You're going to be locked in prison forever.
Okay.
And you will only eat and drink water and bread. And then the next day she's like, hey, I take it back. I think, well, I mean, if you want to look at it in an ultra way, like let's say she knew, like this is a long con. I'm just going to tell people I spoke to God. That's a shit deal. She's probably like, fuck that, man. And like burning at the stake sucks, but I'm looking at 70 years.
Yeah.
She did, in all the adaptations though, she did seem like devout.
Yeah.
Like she really does believe it, and it is believable that she had been spoken to. Yeah. I guess. Because she was like, she led the army as like a fucking 17-year-old girl.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she went in front of like the court of like a lord or whatever and said, whatever, convinced him that she could, I don't know. But you're right.
She was like a flag bearer. She never took arms either, which is also very, like, to be pacifist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a cool story. I definitely recommend it. Robert Bresson is a very well-respected director, and he tried to take a shot at one of the believe it or not, The Passion of Joan of Arc is like up there with Nosferatu in terms of popularity and critical acclaim. And quite frankly, I like The Passion more than Nosferatu. Hot take. So next one, this is Medea. I didn't talk to you at all about this. Pier Paolo Pasolini. He's the dude who did 120 Days of Sodom. Sallow, 120 Days of Sodom. This is nowhere near as disturbing as that. Mm-hmm. He also did Oedipus Rex. This is another Greek tale. I guess Medea is the woman. I think it's Jason from the Argonauts. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with that? Can you run me down what you know?
I just know that they had adventures. I actually don't know all.
Okay. Because I didn't know. Because I was thinking about watching that movie.
Yeah, it's older.
And I was like, I wonder if Medea is just that story from a woman who interacts with him's perspective.
I know. Yeah.
She marries Jason, but they meet because she's a barbarian and hears about them going to get this golden fleece. The fleece
that's
of
right.
God.
That's right.
And she goes with her brother on this expedition. They're going to be captured, so she kills her brother, ends up meeting up with Jason, and gets the fleece together. He gives it to his brother, whatever, uncle, whoever had usurped him for the throne while in his absence.
Okay.
To take back the throne. And she basically marries him, has 2 or 3 kids with him, and then he falls out of love with her, finds another king, falls in love with the daughter, and Medea gets her revenge via poisoning her gown and presenting it to the princess as a gift for her wedding.
Okay.
Which ends up making her jump to her death because she's like, the poison is burning her, and the king is chasing after his daughter, sees her jump, and is so grief stricken that in that moment jumps from the cliff as well. And in a ending to be spoiled now, so spoiler alert, she takes back control in a last defiant moment by killing her children and burning her house down as Jason pleads with her to not do this, but the house is already engulfed in flames and she's on the roof with the children who are already dead.
Okay.
I had to read into it, read online about it to understand, but her being a barbarian and them having a lot of sacrifices and then being utterly powerless in this new culture is a lot of where the thematic tellings come from.
Okay.
And it's like she's alienated, she's lost all her power from Jason, who is now
moved on,
reintegrating into the Greek culture, the modern culture of the time, the one that would prevail with history. And this was like a sacrifice, a ritualistic sacrifice for her, someone who's that's more her culture, is these
to do that
barbaric rituals, Okay.
What's your third movie?
The third movie is, this is hard to pronounce, and I'm going to say the director too, whose name I'm probably not going to be able to pronounce. Iphigenia, or Iphigenia.
Okay.
I think Iphigenia is how it's pronounced. But it's by Michael Cacoyannis.
Is he Japanese?
He's Greek. And this is also based on Greek mythology. I was telling you about this before we recorded. Agamemnon and his troops displeased the gods by killing a sacred deer with golden antlers. And the oracle said the only way to right this wrong is to sacrifice your firstborn daughter, with whom the title of the movie is named, Iphigenia. He devises a plot, Agamemnon that is. And this is prior to the Trojan War.
Okay.
They're trying to set sail to Troy, and the wind won't blow. That's why they hunted the deer. Now they say the wind is never going to blow unless you make this sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Agamemnon tells the mother and the daughter that Achilles wants to marry you, so come here. And the whole plot is unveiled to soldiers and all. Everyone in the barracks now knows if Iphigenia is sacrificed, we can finally set sail.
Mm-hmm.
So Iphigenia has this really great monologue where she's saying, how can I look at them and tell them that I can't sacrifice myself while they're ready and willing to sacrifice themselves in Troy.
Okay.
Just interesting. I've been really into Greek mythology lately, and this is well done. The costume design is great. Something I also wanted to say about Medea, like visually, it was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Has that rich 70s color, late 60s and 70s color, which Iphigenia does too. Looked really good. Great costume design. This one was more melodramatic. Lots of long monologues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it might not be appealing to some people. You might not like that.
No.
But I was able to appreciate it. So all of those are 4 out of 5.
Cool.
Meaning you all should check them out. And so you got 3 foreign picks this week. Count yourself lucky. Dad, series that you want to discuss?
No.
Nothing?
No.
You haven't seen a series that you want to bring up? Scrubs?
No.
That 70 Show?
I actually haven't seen any series since the last time we talked.
Well, you don't have to watch a new series every week. Have you seen a series you would recommend?
No, off the top of my head.
I knew putting you on the spot was a bad idea.
It was a bad idea. No, I'll get you next time. Next time I'll give you 2.
There you go.
Yep.
I was actually thinking, what would I recommend if I was put on the spot with a series?
Mm-hmm.
And Dexter, I guess, would be one.
Yeah, I've seen like parts of that to an extent.
I mean, like my favorites, like The Office is up there. Curb Your Enthusiasm is up there. What I've seen from Kenny Powers is up there if you like comedy.
Yeah.
But I like Chernobyl. I love True
good.
Detective.
Yeah, well, the one. Yeah.
And I love Mindhunter.
Yeah, all very good. Absolutely. But
yeah, I don't watch TV as much as you. I like the challenge, the real world reality TV.
Yeah, that's on tonight.
The
challenge. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You talking Survivor?
Yeah.
You're a big Survivor guy. But yeah, foreign pick of the week. Let me know down below some foreign picks from you guys, because mostly if you have historical epics, because I've been trying to find some more, and I'm hungry for more. So let me know down below, and we will catch you on
Flippity flip.
Thank you.